Welcome back to Supporting Physician Spouses. I'm Katie.
And I'm Kendra. Picture this. It's the elementary school winter concert. The cafeteria is packed with families, grandparents, siblings, parents holding up phones to record. The kids file in wearing their handmade reindeer antlers, and your child is scanning the crowd, searching for familiar faces. You wave, you smile, you're there, but there's an empty seat next to you.
Yeah, your partner, your spouse is at the hospital, still or again. Or maybe they made it to the concert but missed the holiday breakfast. Or they missed Christmas morning, but they make it by lunch.
Or they're working New Year's Eve or covering Thanksgiving or on call during the school play.
If you're part of a physician family, this probably sounds very familiar.
Really familiar. And if you're the one showing up solo these holiday events while your partner saves lives, this episode is for you. Today we're talking about solo parenting during the holidays, not to complain about it, not to make you feel worse about it, but to normalize it, validate it, and give you some real strategies to make it work for your family.
Let's start with some context because I think it helps to know you're not alone in this. The holidays are some of the busiest times in healthcare. People get really sick, emergencies happen, and staffing is tight because everyone wants time off.
Yeah, as somebody who's been there every holiday season for the last 20 years, what this often means is that physician families bear the weight of that reality. And a study from the Journal of the American Medical Association found that physicians work an average of 10 to 20% more during holidays than during other times of the year. And for specialties like emergency medicine, surgery, and obstetrics, those numbers are even higher. Again, anyone in surgery knows that everyone's trying to get all of their elective surgeries done so they can, max out their deductibles and get their insurance claims filed before the end of the year. It's like getting free surgery.
Right. So, what does this mean for our families? It means missed events. It means explaining to your child again why their parent can't make it. It means fielding questions from other parents or well meaning but painful comments like, oh, where is your spouse? Why couldn't they make it to this event?
Yeah, I think those are really the worst. They just hurt my heart. Let's talk about how it feels, because these feelings are real and they're valid. You might be frustrated. You might be resentful even. You might feel lonely in a room full of people that you know. You might even feel guilty for feeling frustrated when you know your partner is doing important work. You might feel pressure to overcompensate, to be extra cheerful, to take more photos, to be enough for your children. All of these feelings are normal and all of them are okay.
The physician partner has feelings too. Guilt about missing moments, sadness about missing them, and the weight of providing for the family while also missing their family. This isn't a competition of who has it harder, right? It's very different. You are not the only family living this way. Thousands of physician families are navigating this exact same thing.
Now, let's talk about reframing, because the story we tell ourselves about our situation matters. The default narrative for many of us is that solo parenting at holiday events is less than ideal. It's the second best option. It's what happens when the real version of two parents showing up together can't happen. But what if we changed that narrative? What if instead of less than, we thought of it as different than?
Yeah, I like that. And I think I'm still exploring how to authentically live into a new narrative. Because here's the thing, kids are incredibly adaptable, and what they remember isn't usually what we think that they remember, but they kind of latch onto the narrative that I'm saying out loud. Like if I keep saying like, oh, I can't believe he's not here for this. I can't believe he's not here for this. Like you're going to remember that. Research on childhood memory shows that kids remember feelings more than specifics. They remember feeling loved, feeling supported, and feeling like they mattered.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm gonna botch this paraphrasing. I think it's Maya Angelou who first said, "People won't remember what you did or what you said. They will remember how you made them feel." And as a parent, that has always been a comfort to me because even if I don't show up perfectly, if they can remember how I made them feel, even when I wasn't perfect, or even when dad wasn't there for something that was important to them. Or something that a child of a physician told me once, and she said, I always knew my dad loved me, even when he couldn't be there, because when he was there, he was really there.
I think there's a way to show up and be involved in our family's life without having to physically be at the event. So last week, my oldest had a field trip and I wasn't able to attend that. Many parents weren't able to attend
Yeah.
that. But what are the questions I'm asking him about it for the before and after that make him know that I was curious about his experience and wanting to learn about that whole process rather than, just blowing it off. And so our spouses who can't make certain events, they can be really involved in it without being there for that, 60 to 90-minute period.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm trying to think now of my daughter's last field trip, and did I even tell my husband that there was a field trip? And so some of that
Yeah.
is we're saving some of the mental load for another episode, so we won't get, we won't get into that topic
Yes.
just right yet. But let's get tactical for a moment. How do you actually manage these solo holiday events in a way that feels less stressful and more sustainable?
Yeah. So let's start with before the event. And this is something I'm still working on, but this is the prep work. Typically, I'm not a dummy. I know that my spouse isn't going to be at Thanksgiving dinner, but I choose not to think about it until on Thanksgiving because I'm in denial.
Mm,
And that leaves me spiraling on Thanksgiving
yep.
because I'm like, oh, he's really not coming. And I was waiting for
The
like
miracle.
the hospital to close for some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to do the prep work beforehand. So go into it, Kendra.
Yeah, I love what you said right there. So you're talking about yourself, like the prep work for you, but also we need to communicate with our child ahead of time too. We don't want to
Yeah.
spring that on them at the very last minute. You don't want to, wait until you're walking into a party or something to explain that the other parent isn't going to be there. And so this pre-teaching moment beforehand, well beforehand, so not just before the event, but weeks before, to just kind of prime them and let them know what is happening.
And maybe, you know, coaching them through, you're probably going to see a lot of other families with both parents present, and that's not going to be the case for us. And this is why it's okay as well, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we really have to be honest, obviously age appropriate honesty, and also reassuring. For older kids, it might be like, dad's on call tomorrow, or he's going to be on call next week when you have your class party. So he's not going to be able to make it. And express to them that he's really bummed about it, that he wants to be there, and that's where he would choose to be if he could, but that he's on call and there's a very good chance that he won't be there, so that they're not disappointed in the moment. They've had time to prepare and to think about what that day is going to look like ahead of time. And you can even tack on, and he's proud of you. Like, he knows you've worked really hard on whether they were involved in the decorations or whether they were involved in participating in a musical number, whatever it is that they're doing, to let them know that he's proud of him. And I would say maybe he hasn't conveyed it, but you know that he is.
Yeah. Yeah. If he knew the detail and all of
Yes,
it, he would be proud.
he would be. We can help pad that
That's
a little
good.
bit. It doesn't need to be. Your dad isn't. Yeah.
Right.
That's where it's coming out. Sorry. I reined myself back in.
Okay, I love that. So let's go into number 2. Set expectations with yourself. You don't have to be two parents. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with all the to-dos. Like, I have to take the perfect photos so that our spouse can experience the event, virtually or after the fact. Stay for the entire party. You don't have to volunteer for everything for the party to, go seamlessly. Decide what it means for yourself to show up. Be really firm with what matters to you, why going to this event is beneficial for you, for your kids, for your family, and then make intentional decisions from there.
Yeah.
Okay, and third, prep your response to
Mm.
questions. This can be the trigger. People will ask you where your partner is, and it's not malicious, but it can be exhausting.
Yeah. How many times do you want to hear in one night? Where is he? What's he up to? I do want to just look at him and say, where do you think he is? Like,
Yeah.
if he's not here with us at a family event, he's certainly not at home watching TV. He's obviously working at the hospital. And so I have to sometimes bite my tongue and just, smile and just say he's working late tonight and move on. You really don't owe anyone an explanation beyond that. You don't need to defend yourself or your family structure to anybody. A simple he's working tonight and, try to rein it in. Oh, no, I'm telling myself, just rein it in. It's all
Yes.
good.
Yeah. My sister's really good at responding in a funny way to kind of show someone like that was a dumb question.
Yeah, well, maybe
Like,
we need
oh,
her.
the game's on, like Teletubbies, I don't know.
I
She's
Teletubbies.
witty and fun, but I think she's good at like, yeah, reminding people that it's like, oh, it's not necessarily your business, but of course he's at the
Yeah.
hospital. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so maybe this is a good time to reach out to our listeners and say, hey, if you have a really good response to that question during the holiday season, let us know. We'd love to collect those because other than, yeah, he's working. Yeah, I need to come up with something wittier.
Yep.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about pre-teaching, a little bit about during the event, but let's talk kind of like brass tacks here about during the event itself. First things first, you want the event to be about your child. That's why you're there, right? And so when I mentioned,
And that sounds really obvious, but when we are solo, it is easy to get caught up in the logistics and the stress and the managing coats and finding seats
yeah,
and keeping everyone just, arm's reach away from me.
yes,
You remember those times,
oh yeah,
Kendra?
oh yeah. What you want, this is just like everybody's worst nightmare is when your child looks for you in the crowd. You want them to see you. You don't want to be distracted by all the other things because you're trying to do all of the things to make everybody happy. Be there, look for them, wave and smile. That connection is going to mean a whole lot more.
Second, take the pressure off from capturing the moment. We
Mm,
kind of talked about this, but you want to take a picture or two of them in their shining moment, but don't spend your whole time behind the phone.
yeah.
Just be there, be present.
That has been so hard for me. I think especially now because our culture puts so many things online to just be able to enjoy something without, maybe taking one picture or one short video instead of trying to capture the entire event.
Okay, let's go to the third one. So find your people. Look for other solo parents.
Hmm.
They're there. We are not the only ones experiencing this. We might be the only ones in medicine experiencing it, but there are others out there.
Yeah, again, this is where the danger is because we're comparing ourselves to the ideal. So we're looking around and we're seeing all of the couples and all of the families together, and we might miss the other solo parents. Look for them. Share a smile, whether it's like a shared eye roll or just an expression that says, I understand where you are. I get it. We've got this. Something that just, you know, look for them, connect with those people.
Yeah. I love that. And finally, give yourself grace. If, my toddler's having a meltdown and I have to leave early, that's perfect.
Ugh. Or if you forgot the cookies you were supposed to bring,
Yeah.
that's okay. You're one person doing the work of two and you're doing great. And having been in that position before, they're going to have plenty of cookies.
Hmm.
There's
No one actually
always.
needed the cookies.
No, they didn't even need the cookies. You have permission to don't bring the cookies.
So let's talk about communication strategies now, starting with your partner. If possible, have the working parent send a voice note, text, video to your child before the event. I'm thinking of you. Good luck at your concert. Can't wait to hear all about it. We've kind of talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, and then even after the event, making the time for the parent to debrief with the physician, in this case with dad, share the video, share the photos, share the stories, let them relive that through you. This helps your physician partner feel connected and gives them talking points for later. So we're going to give you some more ideas to consider this holiday season and, pick and choose.
So, first, create your own tradition. Maybe the physician parent can't make it to the actual holiday party, but you have a special family celebration a day before or a day after.
Yeah, or maybe you FaceTime during gift opening if it's Christmas or a birthday, or maybe you start a tradition of their dad leaving notes or small surprises for the kids to find on that day.
Second, celebrate physician parents' work. Honor, honor, honor their work, I guess. Help your kids understand the why behind the absence.
Yeah, and that's as easy as saying, dad missed your play because he was delivering a baby, which could very well be in the future. Or,
Yes.
there's a little new person in the world because of your dad. Frame it as something meaningful, not just absence.
Yes. Third, make the most of the time you do have together. When both parents are available, be intentional, plan that in advance, make it count. And finally, acknowledge the hard. It's okay to tell your kids, I know it's hard sometimes. It's hard for me too. And it's okay that we feel sad about it.
Yeah, we don't do
And then,
toxic positivity around here.
yes, yep, we talked about that last month.
That's right.
If you're listening to this as a solo parent at yet another holiday event, we want you to know something. You are enough.
Your presence matters, your effort matters. The fact that you showed up, even tired, maybe a little resentful, possibly juggling a crying toddler, you're navigating an incredibly challenging situation with grace, love, and resilience.
To the physician parent listening, you're providing for your family, serving your community, and doing the work that saves life. And that matters a lot.
This season, I hope you can give yourself permission to do it differently, to let go of the should look like this and embrace the this is how it is for us. Because your kids, they're watching you both, and what they're learning is that love shows up in a million different ways.
Before we wrap up, a quick note. Next week is Christmas, and we'll be back with a brand new episode where we'll be sharing how we celebrate the holidays as a physician family. You won't want to miss it. If you're enjoying this podcast, what we would love more than anything is for you to take a moment to rate and review the show. It's super fast and easy to do, and it really helps other physician spouses know this is a great podcast to spend time with. Thank you in advance for your 5-star review. You never know when your words might be featured on our social media. And if you've already left a review, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We are so grateful you're here. We wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas.